want to talk about a systematic way to find the least common denominator of a bunch of different rational expressions. Now, this may be overkill. Systematic methods usually are far more than is required to solve simple problems. But this method can help you if you're dealing with a problem that is somewhat challenging and you're just having trouble seeing what the least common denominator should be. So, for example, let's take these three fractions here. First fraction is 1 over x, denominator of x. The second fraction is 1 over x squared. And the third fraction is 1 over x plus 4. The question is, what is the least common denominator of these three fractions? If you were going to try to add them all together, what would you put in the denominator of each fraction? So here is the systematic, slightly overkill method. So step one is to factor each denominator. And write duplicate factors. If you have a repeating factor, write using exponents. Now that step has already been done for us in this problem. X cannot be factored any further. X plus 4 cannot be factored any further. In the center, I have an x times x. So I've written that repeating factor as x squared using an exponent. So then the next step, step 2, is to take the highest exponent of each distinct factor. The highest exponent of each different factor. So I have a factor of x. A factor of x. Now there are two fractions in which x appears as a factor. X appears as a factor in fraction number 1 and fraction number 2. X is not a factor in fraction number 3 because x is being added to 4 in fraction number 3. Now, looking between fractions number 1 and 2, the x in fraction number 2 has an exponent of 2, and the x in fraction number 1 can be thought of as having an exponent of 1. There's only one x there. So I will take the highest of those two exponents, and it will be x squared in the LCD, x with its highest exponent. Now, the next distinct factor that I have is the factor x plus 4 from fraction number 3. The factor x plus 4 doesn't appear anywhere else. So its highest exponent is just 1. It only appears one time in this one factor with an exponent of 1. And so this would be the least common denominator of these three fractions, x squared times x plus 4.